Hey, this is Andrew Brown. In this video, we're going to take a look at creation policy. So we did weight condition, which supposedly AWS does not recommend to use the weight condition, specifically with auto scaling groups. But we did utilize it for that because it just was the best example to show that here. But now we'll go ahead and create a creation policy, which I would imagine is more streamlined. We still have to use some way to notify it. So we're are going to be obviously using the CFN signal, which shouldn't be too difficult here. But let's go into here, and we have weight conditions. I'm going to make a new folder here, and we'll call this creation policy. And I'm going to go ahead and just copy the contents of these ones. I don't need a README right now, but we'll copy these, and we'll allow us to paste. It's a little bit upset here. It's still thinking, but I'm going to go ahead. And we'll just rename this to be, I'm waiting for my Vim keys to kick in here, creation policy. And I mean, this is all configured, so this is all in good shape, but what we'll do is we will look up creation policy and just change it to whatever it needs to be. So let's take a look here. So we need to have creation policy attribute with the resources prevented status. Use the CFN signal, which we know. We want to work with auto scaling groups, so we'll go down below. Does it have it directly on here? It doesn't show it. So I guess the thing is that we just, I guess, add the attribute to where. Because it's not specifically specifying it. So I'm just not sure if it goes under the auto scaling group or if it goes loosely in our templates. Just give me a moment to figure that out. So what I'm thinking is that it probably goes right under the auto scaling group because I'm looking at this and I'm not seeing something referencing it. So that makes me think that the way it's going to work is we're going to go into our template here and we're going to place it under properties. Unless it goes under the object here, because sometimes policies do end up over here, not necessarily under properties. And I still don't know why my Vim keys are not here. What is going on? Where is my Vim? I can't work without Vim. Just give me a moment to figure this out. There we go. My Vim is back. And so I'm thinking what we'll do is indent it here. We'll get rid of the weight handle, the weight condition. And then what we'll do here is we have minimum instance percent. I suppose that we want that to be 100%. We want count maybe signal resources, it would be 2. Timeout could be 300, as that's what we had it before. And so hopefully that is what they want for that. But the question is, how do we use the CFN signal? So that's the next question. And I guess the other thing is that this probably doesn't take a percent, it's just an integer. So we'll go back over to here and we'll change this out to be that. Okay, but what about the actual CFN signal? So we'll look that up, CFN signal. And it's not going to have this weight handle here, so we'll just take that out of there. And there was resource. So I'm imagining what we're doing here is replacing the auto scaling group resource here. So we'll try this. And so to me, this is what would logically work. So let's go ahead and give that a go and see if that works here. So we will go into CFN creation policy and we'll go ahead and see if we get any syntax errors. Unresolved resource dependency weight handle, because we don't have that anymore, so we'll just take that out. Try to run this again. And it is so far working. If it works the first time, I'd be very happy, but if it doesn't, that's totally fine. So we'll go ahead and execute that and we will wait and see the results, okay? And we have a rollback, so clearly there is something wrong. We'll go ahead and take a look here. Timeout must be specified in ISO 8601 format. Oh, that's interesting. So we'll go over to here, timeout. Yeah, it says that the length of the time CloudFormation waits for the number of signals that was specified in the count property. I don't even know what you put for that. That's really silly. Can we get an example? It'd be like P15M. What does that mean? 5 minutes. Okay. fine, whatever. I don't want to wait 15 minutes. That seems really long. 10 minutes maybe? So we'll go back over to here. We'll delete this. And we'll go back over to here and we will attempt to deploy again, assuming this one was deleted. It's still not deleted. I think maybe we should ask ChatGPT for this one because there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of documentation around this. So creation policy example for CloudFormation for an ASG. The user data should call CFN signal. And maybe this will help us rule out if I'm placing anything in the wrong location, just so that we're not wasting a ton of time. And this thing also is having a very hard time tearing down. Sometimes it has to do with security groups, but it's just taking time to tear down here. Let's go take a look and see what it thinks the answer is. All right, and so we can see the creation policy is actually on the exterior, so that's where I placed it, and so that was a pretty good guess for me. This is using a launch configuration. We don't use launch configurations anymore. We use launch templates, and here they're referencing the auto-scaling group, so it looks like they're doing exactly what I'm doing. I'm noticing that they have some additional steps here. I don't think we need these. I think it's because it doesn't realize that we're running an Amazon Linux 2 or 2023. And so whatever needs to be here is probably already pre-installed. So I'm just curious. We could go take a look at what this is here. The CloudFormation helper scripts are pre-installed on Amazon Linux images. On previous AMIs, the CFN Bootstrap had to be used. So it looks like our implementation is correct. They have for 5. And did we change it to 5? I changed it to 10. We can even make it lower and make it 5. I'm not exactly sure what it should be, but we will set it to that. I set it as 2 because I'm assuming that for it to work, we'll need to have 2 instances of the desired, and so there would be 2 counts. And I don't know if we have to have this here. It'd be interesting to see if we could just omit that to keep our policy nice and simple. And this thing is not required. So specify the number of instances that must signal success before the setting group. We can leave that alone. I think it's totally fine. And now that it's deleted, and so let's go over here and attempt our deploy. So we'll give this a refresh. And I'll go over to our change sets. We'll execute this. And we will hopefully have this work the first time. All right, and it looks like it worked first try. So that was really easy and straightforward. Definitely easier than the wait condition. Not that the wait condition was too difficult, but for whatever reason, it seems like creation policy is recommended as there is no additional component to it. I don't know. Anyway, we'll call this creation policy, and we will consider this done, and I will see you the next one as soon as I tear down this infrastructure. Here. Yep, and ciao.